So, Stuart Lindsay, you're the Director of Business Consulting at Pitcher Partners for small business. You've been looking at Discover Murray River. What did you think about the business model?
Fantastic business model. An opportunity to sell the region. It's a region that in some ways goes out there piecemeal. Individual territories or councils promoting their own areas, but Shane has set up a website that promotes the entire area and provides that service out to the world. Fantastic business.
So in terms of the business and how it's operating, what do you think that it needs to take it to the next level?
The business really at the moment just needs to generate revenue. Shane has got some wonderful ideas of all sorts of product development ideas that he's got for developing both the Murray River and his business. At the moment, he's not capitalising on those. He's not in the position to, because he doesn't have the revenue that he needs. He's certainly got the business model that can generate the revenue, but it's just focusing on building the revenue and then perhaps coming back to play with some of those new developments a little bit later.
And so what are some of the suggestions that you've given to Shane to help him do that?
Look, the key suggestion is focus on revenue. Build revenue, build sales. Shane's time is drawn between 10, 20 different projects, whatever he's got on the go at the moment. And for him, it's focusing on what do I need to do to build revenue today? And he knows what he needs to do. He just needs to sit down and do it. And for a lot of business owners, that's the difficult part. You know, we know what we need to do, but we also know what we enjoy doing. So let me focus on what I enjoy doing because I haven't got somebody keeping me accountable and hounding me.
Of course, Stuart, though, when it comes to online business models, a lot of people think, oh, I'll start a website, they'll put some content up, you know, I'll get ads via Google ads or display ads or things like that, and it'll be pretty low touch once I've made the content. That's not really how that model works for Shane, though, is it?
No, and it's a good point, though, that a lot of people do just establish a website and think, I've set it up, now things will happen. And it's not always that easy. It's making sure you've got the website optimised, making sure you've got your search engine programs working properly and your AdWords working well. Shane has all of those things working well. The business, the website is generating traffic. The challenge for Shane is to turn that traffic into value for him, and his business model requires him to get the subscribers, get the businesses subscribing to his website, and that's how he generates his revenue. So he's got no shortage of visitors, no shortage of interest in what he's got. He just needs to get that revenue model working for him.
That requires him to hit the phones and call companies up and say, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe?
Absolutely. And look, for anybody, that's tough work. Cold calling is tough work. But Shane, again, is in the fortunate position he has some raving fans out there. He has businesses that he has advertised and promoted on his website, and they have seen amazing increases in the volumes of inquiry and booking as a result of being listed on Discover Murray. So he's already got great case studies. He just needs to leverage off those and perhaps just go and talk to the friends of those people initially before doing the really cold calls, if you like.
There's something else in this business here which is quite interesting. This is the idea of the sole operator, right? So one of the challenges is you've got limited resources and you ask yourself, where should I spread myself? How do I keep account of what I'm doing and know that the time that I'm using in this business is actually generating real value?
Yeah.
What are the key points you need to look at to ensure that you're making yourself accountable, A, and that you're working on the right thing at the right time?
Yeah, it's a great question. It is understanding what drives the revenue in your business and focus simply on that. When you go into business, you leave the safety net of an organisation, of having managers and boards that you're accountable to, and you're now in sole business, you're accountable to the family over the dinner table, or perhaps your employees. And it's easy to lose sight of the goal and why you're in business. And in some respects, we often see business owners lose that focus. So maintaining focus, perhaps through an independent advisory board, perhaps through even a business coach or an advisor or your accountant or your lawyer, somebody external to the business who can look at it from across the road and say, what should I be focusing on? What are you focusing on? Are we achieving our goals? Shane's in a wonderful position. He's got a really strong, valued employee who's been there for a number of years who can provide that listening post. But Shane needs to use that person for that benefit.
In terms of the day-to-day running of it, though, what are some of the metrics or the templates that you recommend that businesses use where they can see every day that I'm delivering that revenue?
And it may be revenue targets that you set yourself daily, but it may be the activities that lead to the revenue. So I know that if I do these 5 things every day, the revenue will occur and take care of itself. So let's focus on setting objectives, set numbers around the activities, the inputs that will ultimately result in the revenue.
And does that come down to the business plan, the original business plan, or should you look at it every quarter or every half year or year? What's the best option there?
It does come down to the business plan. It also comes down to understanding intimately your business and what drives the value in the business. But certainly business plans, how often should we look at them? They're not documents to put in the bottom drawer and forget about. They should be live documents that sort of drive your behaviour every day and drive the culture of your organisation. So if your business plan isn't that live document, perhaps you need to revisit the plan.
So Stuart, looking at all that, what would you say are the top 3 things that Shane can do with Discover Murray River to take it to the next level?
Top 3 things for Discover Murray. Firstly, work on the revenue. Get on the phone, build sales, drive revenue, concentrate on the activities that will build the business. Secondly, set targets. Set hard and fast rules that this is what I'm going to achieve each day. Communicate that with your family, with your colleagues, with your trusted advisors, so you've got people who can hold you accountable to reach that performance.
Yep.
And number 3 is build a plan that says, here's how my revenue is going to grow over time. At each of these points, here are the new things that I can do. So at point 1 may be that I can now hire a new staff member to do some of those things that I perhaps don't enjoy doing. Point 2 may be at this point I can now afford to invest in some new product development and chase some of my passions. Point 3 may be I can afford now to upgrade the website again. So set yourself goals that are related to the revenue and the profitability of the business and what that will enable you to do in the business.
And if he gets that right, what's the potential for him?
If Shane gets that right, the potential is endless. The market in the Murray River region is massive, $1.4 billion. The potential for Shane's website, Discover Murray, to just capture and be the face of that region is just astounding, the opportunity that exists for him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.